We've all been told that sports are about respect, the good game handshakes, and playing the right way. But some athletes clearly miss that memo. From legends losing their cool to mascots choosing violence, these are 0% sportsmanship moments that went too far. Floyd Mayweather was out in Japan for an exhibition when some guy decided he wanted his 5 minutes of fame. Instead of handing Floyd the pre-fight flowers, he just tossed them at his feet like he was clearing out the trash. It was a blatant move to try and rattle the best to ever do it in a culture that's all about honor. But Floyd didn't even flinch. He just looked at the flowers and knew someone was about to pay for that in blood. Floyd went out and absolutely cooked the man in the second round. He didn't even look like he was trying. That's what happens when you try to embarrass a man who's 50-0 for a viral clip. The guy who threw those flowers probably felt like a genius for about 10 seconds, but his fighter paid the price for it. Respect isn't optional when you're in the ring with a shark, but if you think that was disrespectful, wait until you see a mascot who decided to troll one of the greatest of all time. Real Sociedad famously has one of the most unhinged mascots in football. He decided to do Cristiano Ronaldo's Siuuu celebration right in front of the fans. Usually mascots are there to hug kids and throw t-shirts, but this guy had pure main character energy. He was doing the jump and the pose with so much attitude, it was actually hilarious. He was throwing shade at a legend, but the fans absolutely loved it. The mascot was basically the hero of the stadium for 5 minutes. If you're a CR7 fan, you're probably heated, but everyone else saw it for what it was, top-tier comedy. Mascots can do things like this with no repercussions, but when the actual star players start acting like trolls, the game is officially cooked.
Et ouais, il y a de la provocation de la part de Neymar.
Neymar is the undisputed king of being petty. After a foul, he pretended to be the nice guy and reached out a hand to help his opponent up. But as soon as the guy went to grab it, Neymar pulled it back and smoothed his hair like he was in a shampoo commercial. It was so fast and so disrespectful that the opponent just sat there looking like a total NPC. If you did this in a pickup game, you'd be leaving on a stretcher. But Neymar didn't care about the cameras or the spirit of the game. He was there to remind everyone that he's better than them, and he's going to have a laugh while proving it. Being a troll is fun until you forget you're still in a cage fight where everyone's trying to take your head off.
It's a tough first round before all of this happened, where Haru kept coming forward, where Myrtle kept landing those knees, and finally that one caught.
This fighter learned the hard way that you should always protect yourself at all times. He thought the round was over, so he dropped his hands and started walking back to his corner like he was going for a drink. But the bell hadn't rung yet. His opponent didn't hesitate and just clocked him right in the side of the head, ending the fight instantly. Some people called it a cheap shot, but it was a 100% valid win. He looked like a complete amateur walking away while a guy with gloves was standing right behind him. It was a brutal reminder that focus is everything in this game.
This would be a double team. Brown took exception to Green's legs being on him as he fell. I would hate to see someone ejected right now.
Draymond Green really tried to invent a new defensive stat, pants pulls per game. He got tangled up with Jaylen Brown on the floor and just started tugging on his shorts like he was trying to steal his lunch money. Jaylen Brown looked like he was about to throw hands, and Draymond acted like he was just trying to stand up. He wasn't even subtle about it. He was putting his whole back into those tugs. Most players focus on the ball, but Draymond was out here focusing on the wardrobe. It was a total lack of sportsmanship, but that's just the Draymond experience. Draymond was looking for respect in the wrong places, unlike the greatest of all time, who literally beat it out of his opponent.
My name was Cassius Clay a few years ago.
I never told you my name was Cassius Clay. My name is Muhammad Ali, and you will announce it right there in the center of that ring after the fight if you don't do it now.
Cassius Clay kept hitting him. I said, what's my name? He kept saying, Cassius Clay. And by round 7, I said, what's my name? He said, Muhammad Ali, Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali didn't just want to win, he wanted to reclaim his name. His opponent kept calling him Clay before the fight, so Ali spent 15 rounds treating the man like a heavy bag while screaming, "What's my name?" after every punch. He didn't even want the knockout. He wanted the man to admit his identity in front of the whole world. The level of psychological damage was legendary. He beat the respect into that man for 45 minutes straight. If someone did this today, they'd be canceled. But for Ali, it was a valid way to settle a grudge. By the time the guy finally said Muhammad Muhammad Ali, his soul had already left his body. Ali knew how to control an entire arena, but this next guy couldn't even control his own hands when the ref stepped in.
Oh, it's over! Rear naked choke, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Goddard.
Whoa, what is happening here?
Whoa. No, you don't do that.
This MMA fighter won his match but decided he wasn't done being a menace. He actually pushed the referee back because he wanted to land more shots on a guy who'd already tapped out. The ref was just doing his job, but this man went for a tough guy act that backfired before he even left the cage. He went from a dominant win to a disqualification in 3 seconds. That's an all-time L moment. He threw away months of training just because he couldn't control his temper. The instant karma was perfect. He walked out of that building with a loss on his record and zero respect from the fans.
NBA with fans crossing the line. Somebody tossed a water bottle and it nearly hit Kyrie as he was walking to the tunnel. Tyler Johnson noticed it.
Kyrie Irving returning to Boston is always a circus, but one fan took it way too far. As Kyrie was walking off the court, a fan threw a full water bottle at his head. It barely missed him, but it was a disgusting display of behavior. You can boo a guy all you want, but trying to physically injure someone means the game is officially cooked. The fan was tackled by security and hauled out of the arena immediately. He ended up being charged with assault with a dangerous weapon over a basketball game. He thought he was being a local hero, but he just ruined his life while Kyrie kept moving. It was a total lack of class that had nothing to do with sports. Fans can be petty, but a rookie trying to stunt on veterans is a different kind of disrespect.
25 moved into 50th on the NBA's all-time scoring list.
Jordan Bell really broke the unwritten rules, and the old heads were fuming. In a massive blowout, he decided to do an alley-oop to himself off the backboard just for the vibes. It was flashy, unnecessary, and the ultimate FU to the losing team. His teammates were losing their minds, but the other team was ready to throw hands. Even Steve Kerr had to apologize because it was that disrespectful. Most rookies play it safe, but Jordan Bell wanted all the smoke. Rookies show off, but heavyweights just throw the whole rulebook away when they get mad.
It's not going to bode well for him, Nick, if this goes past 7, 8, 9 rounds. That's a frantic
one on the
first
bell.
round.
Oh, and look at White. White's gone crazy. Banks is in there straight away. Well, Joshua.
The fight between Anthony Joshua and Dillian White turned into a full-on street brawl after the bell. Joshua landed a late punch, and suddenly the ring was filled with security and coaches trying to stop a riot. It wasn't boxing anymore, it was pure chaos. White actually got a massive break because of the brawl, which helped him recover. But in terms of sportsmanship, it was a mess. These are two of the best heavyweights in the world acting like they're in a parking lot. They didn't care about the rules, they just wanted to settle the score right then and there.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
No, don't come here, please.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I understand your emotions, but please behave in sportsmanlike shit, okay?
Badminton is usually the most polite sport, but the French and Danish teams turned it into a riot. The French players were celebrating every point by screaming right in their opponents' faces. The Danish team didn't back down and started doing it right back. It became a contest of who could be the loudest person in the gym. They weren't even playing at one point. They were just waiting to scream. It made everyone involved look totally unhinged. There's being competitive, and then there's whatever this clown show was. It was like watching toddlers fight over a toy in front of a global audience. Badminton players scream, but big men in the NBA just throw tantrums and basketballs.
Gafford doing his work early, goes right shoulder and goes over Drummond. And a technical foul, a double in fact.
Andre Drummond got ejected for a light ball toss at a player's head. He felt disrespected by a rookie's taunting, so he chose to engage. The refs didn't even hesitate to toss him. Drummond looked stunned, but he was the one who let a kid get under his skin. It was a lack of composure from a veteran who should have known better. Drummond's ejection was soft, but this next celebration was straight up embarrassing.
Hey, hey,
This ping pong player treated a single point like he just won the lottery. He went into an excessive celebration, screaming and running around to taunt his opponent. It went on for way too long and made him look desperate for attention. There's being hyped, and then there's being a jerk. He was doing everything short of a backflip to rub it in. His opponent just stood there looking embarrassed for him. If that guy was doing too much, this volleyball player was doing everything wrong and blaming the world.
More errors from Italy. Zaitsev a little word through the net. A bit of afters from Ivan Zaitsev, referee Floyd.
Italian volleyball is clearly not for the weak. This player kept missing serves and decided the best solution was to scream at the other team through the net. The ref had to blow the whistle just to prevent a physical fight over a game of volleyball. He was blaming everyone else for his own mistakes, a classic dick move. The USA team just laughed at him, which made him even more tilted. No respect, no game, just pure noise. But at the end of the day, even the biggest stars in the world have to pay the price for acting like the main character.
Drake got on the plane that night with Draymond and Steph, and I fined all three of them for being late. And Drake paid his $500 fine.
Even Drake got caught up in the lack of sportsmanship. He was talking to Steph Curry and Draymond Green for so long after a game that the team's plane actually departed late. The Warriors ended up fining him $500 for the delay. It's the most rich person problem ever recorded. Drake actually paid the fine, which is hilarious considering he's worth hundreds of millions. It showed that even the biggest stars have to follow the rules when they mess with the team's schedule.